Hello, fellow Inquisitors. Welcome back to Warhammer Season of the Void, brethren. The room looks a little different because I went and I changed the camera orientation, which I did not fully realize that could be done on the bridge until, just now. I may have done it before by accident and just forgotten about it. But we have made progress. We have, on our seasonal objective, on Tier 2, we have 19 of 20. We did this one, hunt down a wandering servo skull in any void crusade. We have that done. The only thing we need left is collect and exchange 200 cortex fragments for favor with Custodian Rebus. That is something that you have to wait until a weekend for him to appear, and then you can exchange it with him. Now, that's the good news. The bad news. While I was hunting for the servo skull, I was also trying to get this one. Complete a void crusade with all info fragments within 75 minutes. That is probably by far the hardest, in my opinion, objective to get. At least for the Tier 3. And that one there, I almost did it. I had plenty of time. I had all the info fragments. I actually did very well. I did. I was actually surprised. We did the Ebony, which is probably, in my opinion, the easiest one to do. I am very good at doing that one. I just did not have the right gear. If you look, I don't have any slots on any of this. I don't have any psalm codes. I don't have any psalm doctrines. I have no shards. None of my gear was up to the task. I almost completed it. I was literally on my last life fighting the last boss, and I died, and I was very upset, let's just say. So, yeah, that was something I was hoping to do hand in hand when I got the servo skull. So, yeah, I was very disappointed. But we do have 9 of 16 of Tier 3 done, too. Now, we do need to apply a Psalm Doctrine. We need to collect 5 more Sparks to Glory. We need to wear an Archaeotech Relic Armor. We need to open 20 Void Chests, which just means we need to complete Void Crusades and get the chest at the end. And open up 20 of them total. This one is, we need to complete it within the 75 minutes, which the time isn't the issue. It's the fact that by the time you get the 5 info fragments, you're normally at such a high power level, unless you have the right gear, you're not going to survive and do a ton of damage. And I was just not doing enough damage to survive. And my damage mitigation was just not there. Complete 10 intel missions combined with at least 1 tarot card. I have 1 of those done. That is going to be something where we're going to need better gear. Max out 3 passive skill trees. That we can do easily. That is, basically, we just have to go into our character. Come on, load up. There we go. Go over to our passives, and we just have to, max out another one of these skill trees. And I'll probably just put the last 2 points into the heat tree here, because this one is only 2 away. Because I have psychic debuffs and psychic combat already maxed out. So this here will be the 3rd. which isn't necessarily a bad thing because critical hits dealing heat damage burn the target. And since we're a pyromancer, Psyker, we are constantly dealing heat damage. And this one here, 10% damage bonus when overheat bar is over 50%, you know. And then bonus for heat weapons. We don't use heat weapons, but what I'll do is I'll probably just add that in there just so I can get that objective. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over here to the store because also I have maxed out our tech tree. Finally. Which means all our fate now can be used to make purchases. And over here in the store, ID frame rates, we can pick out relic loot boxes finally. We can finally get loot boxes. So we're going to open up a loot box. Costs 90 fate for your basic. And then you have the beta, which is 315. And we have the alpha, which is 450. Now, those prices come down as you complete these. If you look at tier 1, I got a 10% discount. If you look at tier 2, I'll get a 15% discount. Tier 3, 20. Tier 4, 25. And tier 5 is 30. So, the more you can do of these, the cheaper those are going to be, which is very, very nice. But let's open up that loot pack, and we also have a blueprint for a personal void shield. So let's get that. Let's open this up and see what we get. Hopefully something really good, because if not, I'm going to be extremely disappointed. Not quite what I wanted there, but I'll deal with that. Alright, so we're going to continue on with our Martyr story mission. Follow the trails of Klosterheim to the secret laboratory. And let's see how far we can get today. Perhaps I was too suspicious of the tech priest. After all, his plan worked. The audience with the machine spirit was successful, and now I am ready to follow Klosterheim's trail. On second thoughts, this is nonsense. An Inquisitor can never be too suspicious. I agree. You can never be too careful, especially when dealing with heretics, demons, and Xenos. Alright, Klosterheim's trail. Let's see where it puts us.
Inquisitor, Lord Klosterheim is heading toward an area marked as forbidden. It is cut off from the dominion of the machine spirit.
I'm on my way. I also need an explanation as to why anyone would tamper with the machine spirit in such an irregular way.
Although the chances are infinitesimal, complex machinery may be vulnerable to the corruption of chaos. For some reason, Uther Tiberius wanted to reduce even that small chance to zero.
I want to know more about that. Keep me updated.
Alright. So our objective is just to follow Klosterheim's trail. So down this way we go. Got some enemies over here we'll take out. Got some enemies behind us. Nurglings. Pathetic little demon spawn. Burn before me.
Inquisitor, I have analyzed the records of my communion. The administrator prayers in the digital marginalia indicate that Uther Tiberius fused an incorruptible soul with the machine.
But that is impossible. Unless you sacrificed someone, fought off a demon, and became immune to corruption.
Agreed. Subject would be a former demon host.
Is that even permitted?
I could list 136 sects within the Adeptus Mechanicus, which would start a doctrinal purge based solely on such a notion. But my sect has always believed in digital martyrdom. I consider this machine spirit a miracle.
Now that you have access to the main core, I want you to find all records of demon hosts on the Martyr.
Ho 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 ho.
Inquisitor, I've just completed my diagnostic meditations and reviewed the data. We can safely rule out the infection as the cause of your hallucinations.
Then what is it?
My theory is that the visions might be residual memories, leaking through a hasty mind scrub. They could have been triggered by certain phrases or events.
That's nonsense. Stop obsessing about my mental condition.
As you command, Inquisitor.
As much as I hate to say it, it's kind of her job to go and worry about people's mental conditions. She is a Magus Biologist, after all. So it is, it's her duty. To keep track of it. Just it is my duty to purge and burn the filth of corruption.
I have scoured the classifying data looms on this deck. I think you ought to know that all research sanctums on this deck were assigned for demon host experiments for decades.
What? Uther Tiberius was creating demon hosts?
The sheer number of subjects implies that he was trying to create a whole army of them.
Uther Tiberius condemned a whole army to eternal suffering?
Note that the attached confession scrolls clearly prove that most subjects were volunteers. They wanted to be filled with unholy essence. Any progress, Inquisitor?
Looks like I'm closing in on Klosterheim. He may have an agenda, but at least he's culling the filth.
Okay, so Uther Tiberius was creating demon hosts. Nice to know. Well, that changes everything.
Witness my power.
Well, let's go find Klosterheim and see what he's about to unleash.
Incorrect. You are only approaching the gate of the research cloister, currently under quarantine.
By the Emperor, you must be the most pedantic specialist I've ever had in my life.
Comment filed away for later evaluation. Proceed to the gate, Inquisitor.
I've found the remains of a dead tech priest.
I suspect he is the one responsible for overriding the local systems. Search the body for additional information, Inquisitor.
Alright. More data. Code barriers implement successfully. Controls and or access of cogitators by external operators hampered drastically. Main navigation cogitator, warp drives, kinetic engines, and Geller subsystems are quarantined. Chances of another spontaneous jump converging to 0. Disapproval of the machine spirit is clear. My actions are treated as hostile behavior. In progress. Extensive areas of the ship are sealed and protected by ancient unknown protocols. Attempts of remote access failed. Manual override deemed to be the only viable option. Direct orders of Lord Inquisitor Klosterheim are categorized as code heresy, aberrating the motive force and contradict the thrice-blessed protocols of the machine god. Projected vector. downward spiral toward tech heresy and or extreme rebuke from the machine spirit. Uh-oh. That's not good.
Sigma 7 Omega 3 5 Alpha.
Interesting. The machine spirit is trying to communicate with us again. That is the emergency code for the lockdown protocols. The research cloister has been quarantined. You might not be able to leave if you enter.
I should return to my ship then, and make preparations before I enter that area.
That's a good idea. Let's prep before we go in there. All right. So, it seems, according to that little scroll, that the tech priest is worried about tech heresy there that we found on the ground. That's not a good sign. Alright. Confront Lord Klosterheim. Klosterheim has been steadily losing members of his retinue. I've just found the corpse of his tech priest at the gate that leads to Uther's secret laboratory. He paid the price for wasting my time. I'm following the trail of corpses into Uther's laboratory. A fitting place for my first and perhaps final meeting with Klosterheim. Uh-oh. Uther's laboratory. Oh, what are we gonna find in here? Nothing good, considering he's messing with daemon hosts. It could be, we could find an entire army of chaos-spawned and failed daemon host experiments in there.
I've obtained the quarantine logs, Inquisitor. The research cloister has been sealed off on account of demonic infestation. You won't be able to leave the facility until it is secure.
Trust me, it will be secured soon.
Okay. Confront Lord Klosterheim.
Recoil, unclean!
Yep. Lots of chaos spawn in here. Alright. Let's take all of them out. Burn the demons. Purge them with fire.
I will rip your mind into shreds.
Demonic infestation in effect. Subject 872K has breached containment protocols. Area in lockdown.
That's not good. That doesn't sound good at all. Let's take out these Nurgling eggs. When the machine spirit itself goes and starts complaining about something breaking containment, you know something's amiss. Oh boy, that's a lot of them there. Alright, continue in here, and there he is.
You really didn't remember anything, did you?
Something is coming back, but it's unclear. I underwent a mind scrub, but...
So, that is what you did eventually. You sacrificed yourself. But not in the way that I'd expected.
Who are you? Who am I?
You used to be my mentor. You were an Inquisitor in pursuit of the greatest secret of the Caligari sector. The research of Uther Tiberius.
I guess I didn't find it. Otherwise, we wouldn't be standing here.
You got close. And you got careless. You made questionable choices, and attracted the attention of first the Conclave, then the Grey Knights.
And there is no escaping from the secret protectors of the Imperium. Only death absolves, right?
So that was your plan. You sacrificed your former self.
And I have returned. As someone else.
You told me to take on your mantle, and I obeyed. Through pain and fire, I hunted relentlessly for the Martyr. I did what you told me. I fought, investigated, made pacts and broke them when I had to. And when the warp spat out Uther's floating fortress monastery, I was ready to find it.
And my path eventually led to the Martyr as well.
It cannot be a coincidence. Only the Emperor's will, because you found me now when I'm so very close to finding Uther's greatest secret.
We must talk about this. But first we purge this area. I'm ready for the sacrifice it takes. And should my plan succeed, we might meet again one day.
Okay. Well, that's a change of events.
Uther Tiberius wanted to create an army of former demon hosts. He sacrificed countless lives, sentenced them to damnation, only to make a handful of survivors immune to chaos. I think I know why the Martyr had to leave the segmented pacifist. It's insane.
A whole army of loyal warriors immune to the warp, ready to conquer the Immaterium? Once you would have embraced the idea.
I'm not the same person anymore.
I pray to the Emperor that you are.
Yeah, you... Wow. Okay, so... That's a bombshell. So we were... his mentor. We were the person that went and found the Martyr originally. Well, that changes a lot of things. How do we feel about that? Knowing that we were the one that set Klosterheim down that path. For right now, though, I think we need to just focus on clearing out all these chaos. Clear out all these demon spawns. Purge the area with fire. Then we can talk. So, let's get down to burning everything. Take out these guys over here. Our objective is down this hallway, it looks like. So let's go see what we got. What do we have? Uh-oh. That's never a good sign. Oh, fun, fun, fun!
Are you ready?
Time to purge the unclean, Inquisitor. Side by side, like we used to.
Well, let's purge. Take out this Nurgle pustule here. Take out this one over here before it can spawn in more. Alright, and now take out this guy here. Take out the Daemon host as fast as possible. Got it!
No demonic presence detected. Lockdown deactivated.
Good work. Tell me, Klosterheim, did you miss all this?
I refuse to burden myself with redundant thoughts and emotions. but I admit, it was a satisfactory experience to fight that battle together. The research cloister is connected to Uther's inner sanctum. That is where Uther secreted away his most treasured research. Are you ready to enter?
I need to return to my retinue first, and make the necessary preparations.
I'm not going to your ship. Trust me. Where would I go? I will meet you here when you return.
Okay. Let's collect this loot first. Oh, there's a chest back here. Let's get that. See if we can get anything good out of it. Alright. And there is that mission done. We met Klosterheim. And turns out we were his mentor. That is an interesting turn of events. Let's see what we got here, because I know I seen something good pop up. Warp-bound armor. -2 warp heat a second. That's not too bad. So, I think that is, yep, that's the end of that one there. The secret weapon. Enter the inner sanctum. That is the, that's the next step. But that will be in the next episode. So, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. If you want to see more, subscribe. And I will see you all in the next episode. Have a good day.